Imagine holding the latest 2026 smartphone in your hand, shiny, fast, and full of power. But what happens when that battery dies for good? Today, we're digging deep into the hidden world of discarded lithium batteries. We're following them from your pocket to massive waste sites where they leak dangerous chemicals into the earth. These leaks are poisoning water sources and harming life around them. We'll look at why global rules meant to recycle these batteries are failing badly. Our love for new gadgets is leaving lasting damage on the planet. Stick around as we uncover the truth about this growing problem. Follow the trail, from your pocket to the leaching soil beds of the world's largest lithium graveyard. We've traced the heavy metal seepage from today's most popular devices directly into local water tables, exposing a catastrophic failure of the tech industry. This is the hidden, permanent cost of our digital life.
Picture this. The newest flagship smartphones from 2026, with their smooth titanium bodies and bright screens. They look perfect, right? But inside, there's a 4,500 milliamp hour lithium-ion battery with a short life. These batteries usually last about 2 to 3 years before they can't hold a charge well anymore. That's because every time you charge them, tiny changes happen inside that wear them out. Now, think about how many phones we throw away. In 2025, global smartphone shipments reached around 1.25 to 1.26 billion units, with slight growth from the previous year. With people upgrading often, sometimes every year or two, that means billions of old phones and batteries are piling up by 2026. All those old batteries are reaching the end of their life and entering the waste stream. Inside every phone is like a chemical clock ticking. When the screen goes dark for the last time, that battery doesn't just stop. It starts to break down, and that's when the real trouble begins. We'll explain more about that next. The anatomy of the leak. Let's break down what happens inside a lithium-ion battery when it's thrown away. These batteries are under pressure and have special parts called anodes that help them charge fast in 2026 models. But once buried in a landfill, they start to corrode quicker because of that fast charging design. The outer case cracks, and the chemicals inside mix with water or air. Key heavy metals in these batteries are cobalt, nickel, and manganese. When the battery breaks, these metals don't stay put. They move through the ground, slipping past weak landfill barriers. Landfills are supposed to have liners to stop this, but many aren't strong enough, especially in places with lots of rain. Studies show that in landfills, these metals can leach out slowly into the soil and nearby water. Over time, these solid metals turn into liquid toxins. For example, cobalt can dissolve and flow into groundwater, the water under the earth that we use for drinking and farming. This infiltration is happening right now in many waste sites. Improper battery disposal can release toxins that contaminate ecosystems, leading to fires and harmful gases. It's like a slow poison spreading underground.
You might think recycling fixes this. Global rules and mandates have pushed for more recycling, but in 2026, the reality is still tough. Recycling rates for lithium-ion batteries remain low in many places, often well below targets, because these batteries in new phones have complex designs that are hard to process at scale. The market for recycling is growing fast, with projections showing big increases in capacity and value, but we're not there yet for handling the full surge. Economically, it's often cheaper for big tech companies to mine new materials than recycle old ones. Recycling dirty, used lithium costs more because it needs special cleaning and handling. So companies stick with fresh metals from mines, even though mining hurts the environment too. Then there are the logistical problems. Millions of devices get exported but vanish along the way. High-tech countries send waste to developing places, shifting the toxic load. In places like parts of Africa or Asia, e-waste ends up in open dumps where it's burned or left to leak. This moves the problem away from rich cities, but harms poorer communities and their land. Ecological fallout and human cost. Around big e-waste hubs, dead zones are appearing. These are areas where nothing grows because lithium and metals have poisoned the soil. In famous sites, once fertile land has become unusable for farming due to heavy metal leaks. Groundwater contamination links directly to health problems. People living near these sites face rising cases of serious illnesses like breathing issues, skin problems, and long-term risks, including cancer. Heavy metals like those from batteries can cause brain damage and other health issues, especially in children. In developing countries, workers, including sometimes kids, handle this waste without protection, breathing in fumes. Compare this: our short-term fun with portable power versus long-term harm. A phone battery lasts a few years, but the scarring on landscapes can last generations. Ecosystems take decades to recover from metal pollution, affecting food chains and water for millions.
The path to a circular future. There's hope with new tech. Solid-state batteries are making real progress in 2026. Companies like CATL in China are expanding production of advanced designs, with some hybrid solid-liquid versions already in early stages and full solid-state pilots planned for 2026-2027. Toyota is pushing hard toward mass production by 2027-2028, aiming for much longer range and faster charging. Other players like Samsung and startups are qualifying cells and planning production start soon. These batteries use solid materials instead of liquids, making them safer with higher energy density and much less likely to leak toxins. The right to repair movement is growing stronger. In the U.S., the Repair Act is moving through Congress in 2026, aiming to give owners and independent shops better access to data and tools for fixing devices, including phones and vehicles. Many states have active bills and new laws expanding repair rights for electronics and more. This pushes companies to make modular batteries and parts that are easier to replace and recycle. We need a big change. Value long-lasting devices over yearly updates. If we design phones to last longer, support repair, and improve recycling, we can stop the planet's bleeding. Better recycling could cut emissions a lot and recover valuable materials. It's time for everyone, companies, governments, and us as consumers, to act for a cleaner future. So next time you pick up that shiny new smartphone in 2026, remember the full story. It doesn't end when you unbox it. It continues long after the battery fades, deep in hidden graveyards where our choices leave marks on the earth and on people's lives. But we have the power to change this. Choose devices that last longer, support right to repair laws, recycle responsibly when you can, demand better from the companies we buy from. Together, we can move toward a world where technology doesn't cost the planet its health. Our eyes and ears might fool us with deepfakes, but the damage to our real world is something we can't ignore. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more truths about the tech we use every day, and let's build a better future, one smarter choice at a time. See you in the next video.